welcome to DCL TalkShow. You are listening DCL Radio. Okay, today there's one change. We have Ravikanth replacing and substituting Imti, and KK will be joining little late today, and I have Abhi here. Okay, before I introduce my analysts, and today I also would like to say that Raptors captain will join us for predictions right after finishing all our analysis of the last week games. And okay, I'll introduce and I'll ask a question to both of the analysts, and KK is joining a little late today. So welcome to the show, Abhi.
Thank you, Jagan. Welcome to all the listeners to the DCL Radio, and welcome to my co-analyst Ravi here. Thanks for joining in, Ravi. Everyone's eye is now on the points table, refreshing the pages if their team can go up now. 2 more weeks of league games before we jump into our next phase of the league. Like I mentioned the last week, crucial games left out for a few of the teams, and a couple of teams trying to get a perfect season without losing a game yet. So it's all happening out there, and I have Ravi joining us today, so we'll take you through the experience. So welcome all.
Okay, welcome to the show, Ravi.
Hi, thank you, Jagan. Thank you, and Abhi. Thanks for having me for tonight's show.
Okay, so before we
and exciting season coming to close this season. So, and Abhi mentioned that there are really key few matches left to get into the playoffs, and everyone is trying to make their own calculations to get into the playoffs. So that's the key to get to the championship. So first they have to get into the playoffs. So good luck for all the teams.
Yep, that is true. This is a key week for most of the teams, and so before we get into our games, I have a question for you, both of you. Okay, there's a free hit, and till then bowler was bowling right arm, and suddenly because of the free hit he changes to left arm. Is that allowed in cricket? Okay, that is the first question. I have the answer, but I'll start with Abhi.
Is it the bowler or the batsman who shifted?
Bowler. Till then he was bowling right arm, and suddenly he changes and he informs the umpire that because it is a free hit, he changes his arm from right to left. Okay.
Interesting. I want to know who the bowler is, but it's very interesting on how people come out with different ways to actually to control the batsman sitting. But as per the rule, Jagan, I don't see any problem with this, because bowler is okay to actually bowl or switch his side in middle of the over, and that as per the cricketing rule. So technically, to keep it short, I don't see a problem with this, and I believe the cricketing rules allow this, so it should be okay, I guess, as per my thoughts.
Okay, your thoughts, Ravi?
As long as field does not change, I don't see any issue. I may be wrong, but based on my understanding, I don't see any issue.
Okay, so actually the rule is, yes, bowler can change sides as well as the arm, and it should not cause any issue within the cricket rules. Okay, so this one happened last week between this was a game between FCC and Safari. Okay, Safari.
I think Teju will bowl the left arm spin, so he can capable of doing with the right arm and the left arm as well. So I think it must be Teju.
No, Teju is actually arguing with umpire about this one. Okay, so not Teju, Tejas, I think he was.
Oh yeah, Tejas. Yep.
Yeah.
Tejas. Okay, Tejas.
Yep, Tejas.
So it is actually one of the Safari's bowler. I think he changed his arm. I mean arm action. So there was some confusion, but even at that nothing happened. Okay, it went quiet. It was a shocker for umpires as well as to the team at least. Okay, to the batsmen. After the match, Pradeep was umpiring. Pradeep Kalmat of GLCC was umpiring this game, and he asked me this question, and I was a bit confused, and I never heard this one before. So I said I'll go back and do my analysis and answer this one. So I did my analysis, and yes, bowlers are allowed to change their.
Yeah, that's what I heard, because as long as the field does not change up at the same batsman, I don't see any issue.
Yeah, it is. I mean, so anytime bowler can change from left arm to right arm to left arm. Only thing is he has to inform the umpire, and umpire has to relay that one to the batsman. Okay, that is one thing. The second, there's another interesting question. Okay, yesterday I think it happened between FCC versus UCA. Okay. FCC played with 13 players. They said they substituted a player with 13 one, which is not allowed in DCL. Okay, I don't know what happened there, but I'm yet to gather the information. But we don't have something called 13th player. We already have 12. Okay, if you have to bring in 13th guy, obviously 2 people should have been injured in that game.
Injured.
Apparently that is the case what happened here. Okay, but let's move on to our analysis. Okay, the first game of the night is MI Rangers versus Punjab Warriors. Abhi, your thoughts?
Yeah, MI Rangers winning a crucial game here. Those points do matter a lot for them here, and because they're slowly moving up the table, and they're getting those points to hold on to their spot here with this game. And Punjab Warriors could have used this game to cause an upset to MI, but that wasn't the case. Going into the game, Rangers winning the toss, selecting to bat, didn't get their best of their starts that they were looking for. Lost a wicket of the second ball, I believe, of their innings, but a good comeback after their early wicket with a strong 43-run partnership between Imti, who is continuing to have a good form, and Radang Vedantam, and another 20 run for their second wicket, I believe. Imti scoring at a good rate for his 33 of 40, and Radang contributing well for his 25 or 35. Now 50 for 2 is a very good spot to be in by innings break, and MI Rangers continue to do well soon after the break. Punjab Warriors, I would say Punjab Warriors pulled back the game well here by picking 4 wickets between 15th and 20th over. I feel that they did cut short a lot of runs there by picking up those 4 wickets. The run rate must have gone down. The pressure must have been on those new batsmen coming into the crease. But again, Punjab Warriors failed to capitalize their momentum here. Too many runs conceded from this stage after 20th over to MI to get back into a better form again. And the game scores almost, I think probably MI scored about 40 runs in their last 5 overs, and Vinith playing the finisher's role, staying not out with his 32 of 21 with 2 sixes. It's an absolutely fantastic innings. Punjab Warriors, like I mentioned, they failed to capitalize the starts that they got at the beginning, and then probably in between that 15th to 20th over, leaked away too many runs. But excellent job with their extras. Just 6 extras in their 25 overs. That you don't see that often happening in DCL. Sartaj getting 3 wickets for his team, bowling at a good economy rate. Rest all bowlers getting a wicket each. Punjab Warriors had a good game last week with heavy scoring. Okay, they did score a lot of runs, but like Gurdeep mentioned when he was with us in the show, his team is actually struggling and planning the chase. Looks like another game where things didn't go as per the plan. Too many wickets lost in the top with scoreboard not moving. Kept constant pressure on Punjab Warriors batsmen. 6 wickets down by innings break. It's just 22 on board. That might have just killed the confidence of chasing it down. But I really like the way how the lower order of Punjab Warriors responded, playing out all the 25 overs, scoring runs as well. Captain Gurdeep scoring 15, Gurpreet with his 11, Amritpal another scoring at 22 from 18 balls. Wondering why these guys came so low if they can bat that well. MI Rangers bowling did well. Vijay and Abhilash picking up the wickets at the top. 7 wickets amongst them, 3 to Vijay and 4 to Abhilash. I believe Abhilash did bowl a double wicket maiden, I believe, in between. Excellent effort by these both bowlers who were also very economical. Rest coming in and cleaning up the remaining batsmen. So excellent win for MI Rangers, an important point secured at this stage.
Okay, the next game of the night, KK is not here. Actually, that's supposed to be KK. So I'll go to him later once he joins. The next game of the night is Raptors versus Patriots. Raptors are dominating nowadays, and Ravi, your thoughts?
Yeah, so I think this is one of the interesting matches. matchups last weekend, and Raptors won the toss and elected to bat first as usual because they're a very top-heavy batting lineup they have, and they have good bowling lineup too. And even while talking to the Patriots players, they said that even that they would have won the toss, they would have bowled first. So that's the reason, because recently they're struggling to chase a low course. So this time they wanted to chase. Recently they're struggling to post a score. So this time they wanted to chase. But Raptors won the toss and elected to bat first, and that's what Patriot needed. But once the Amarendra and Hemant started really going, so I believe there was a catch drop of Amarendra, probably around 10 runs. So that is one of the key drops, it seems. So after that, he capitalized by hitting a couple of boundaries. Nowadays, he is scoring quick runs, Amarendra, and Raptors as well. So they're scoring at a high rate. So once the catches are dropped, so we are giving a chances to the opposition. So that tells a story about it. So after Amarendra got a good start, and after that, I think there are another couple of catches dropped by Patriots. So by the time Patriots keep ticking, Raptors keep ticking on the scoreboard, and they had a good start. And by the break, they were like 60 odd runs for the loss of only 2 wickets. So with their batting lineup, Kiran started really going well at a decent run rate. And after that, Manjunath chipped in with a couple of boundaries. And at the end, Patriots thought they would stick to 120. But at the end, Ajit scored a couple of sixes and a boundary that made them to 134 at the end of their 25 overs. And only it looks like Sai Kiran Tota was the peak of the bowlers, but the rest of the bowlers really struggled to take the wickets. So once Raptors posted that huge total on the board, Patriots was literally around 50% out of the game, but most of the Patriots players need some time to rotate the strike and keep going, but unfortunately they could not able to do in this match. Only Balaji and Sai Kiran Tota managed to score the double digit. So once they lost 6 wickets within less than 8 overs, it's done deal for Raptors. And I think it's a good win for Raptors. So that will keep them top of the pool for the pool A. So at the end of the day, it's a good win for Raptors and bad loss for Patriots, because they have a key match versus FCC this weekend. So this will be the crucial match for the Patriots as well as the FCC as well.
So what are the chances for Patriots to make it to playoffs?
They have 2 matches in hand, Jagan. So once they pass FCC, if they can beat the FCC, they will through to the playoffs. But there is another opportunity as well for Patriots to get into the playoffs. I don't see a big deal Patriots getting into the playoffs, but if they lost quite badly to FCC next week, again, that it's going to be a little bit tough for Patriots.
Okay. I would disagree, Ravi, there, because that 16th position is going to be, if you're looking for that 16th position, right? Patriots don't have a great chance there, because the pool C 4, 5, 6 are very strong there with 25 points already on board. Patriots, on the other hand, just have 22. So winning those 2 games is very, very, it's a must for them.
That's what I'm saying. So
I'm just asking about the chances for them. Okay, they have a chance.
They do have a chance, yes.
Yeah. So that's what I was worried. I mean, anyhow, the FCC is in their peak right now. They're going on top gear right now. That's what I feel, and it's going to be a hell of a game. And we'll talk about that one later. Okay, the next game of the night is Micah versus Gladiators. It's completely one-sided one. Abhi, your thoughts?
Yeah, definitely a one-sided one. The odds of this game were never with Micah, as they were facing one of the best teams and who also haven't lost a game this season till now. But nevertheless, Micah still had to try and win this one. But not a great start to Micah in their batting scorecard. Sankirtan, Naveen, and Dinesh getting decent starts, but with their I think 7 and 8 runs approximately, but failed to do well from that point on. Although they just lost 3 wickets by innings, but they just had 25 runs on board. That's probably close to around 2 runs per over. So that didn't help MICA to do well, and they really had to accelerate things from here to get more runs on the board. But wickets column wasn't supporting them at all. Good fight back from the captain Rajesh with his 20 of 21, and Krishna Chaitanya for his 12 of 14, which helped the score to reach into 70s. Otherwise, they could have been bundled down by probably less than 50 runs. So definitely a good effort from both these guys there. Glad's bowling unit, lot of experience here, and they had a good day as expected. Raifur picking 4 wickets and with excellent economy rate. Good bowling figures to him, and 3 more to the captain Satya in his 4-over spell. Ganesh going for some runs in the end with his 12 runs, which probably helped Micah to reach into the 70s. But Glad's, they've been doing very well in their batting unit, which they were not doing excellent in the initial stage of the league. But they had a pretty simple job. A tricky score to many teams, but not to these guys who are so experienced and well experienced in this tournament or in this format of in the game. Good 30-run partnership at the top. Hardeep scoring most of it. Another quick 30 for him with 2 sixes to him. And Ronak Yu having a good day. Good to see him back with some runs here. Glad's finishing this game in just 9 overs speaks about their gameplay. Nothing much to discuss here. It's just the experience and the way they play. They just continue to do the same thing. Now with less score on the board, Micah bowling was just silenced here. 2 wickets to the captain Rajesh again, who's done a decent job with the ball. Very clean win for Glads, who are yet to lose a game this season. Hope they do actually get that perfect league stage leagues to go into the playoffs with not losing any game. Micah had a tough game against a tough opponent, so hard luck to them.
Yeah, in all possibilities, Gladiators are going to be unbeaten from Pool C, and again they missed opportunity. No, I'm talking about only Pool C, not other.
Only Pool C. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And the next game of the night is MCC Miles vs AR Phantoms. KK is here. KK, your thoughts?
Thank you, Jagan. Welcome to Ravikanth to our show. I played with Ravi this season, and experience he carries with the people, and he's a very good experienced player, and his thoughts are very much welcome on this show. So welcome to the show, Ravi.
Yep, thank you, KK.
Going into this game, MCC Miles versus AR Phantoms, all the analysts over here predicted MCC Miles to win this game. We had the MCC Miles captain Sanjay on the show last week. So going into this game, I think they, even though their other opener Pranit did not fare well with the bat, Brahma Naidu and Venkat Kongara put in a decent partnership of 30 runs. And although they lost wickets in a flurry from 2 for 41 to 4 for 45, I think Rahul Chenna put in a decent partnership there with Fani Aduri, and after that they finished off the innings well, I believe. They finished off at 120 runs at the end of 25 overs. One thing I noticed here is, Jagan, they have a Shahid Afridi playing in their team, MCC Miles.
Okay.
You know whom I'm referencing about here, right?
I'm thinking, it's our last week guest, Sanjay, right?
No. I'm talking about Ram Saladi, who, in your own words, was retired. He came back out of the retirement to play the game.
Okay. So, I noticed that. Okay.
That way.
The one player who comes back from retirement, whom we all know is Shahid Afridi, so he's the Shahid Afridi of DCL now.
Okay, Ram Saladi is the Shahid Afridi of DCL. Okay, well, I hope he's listening.
Good one, KK.
120 runs on the board. The Miles would have taken it. But the way AR Phantoms they played in their previous games against Gladiators, they were able to bat first and score 85 runs. I thought they could have put in a much better performance in this game because right now at the end of 9 games they have 0 points in their bucket. So even when it comes to their batting charts, you see that the top 8 batsmen scored single digits. Their 8th batsman Ranadir scored 9 runs, and then their number 9 Mohammad-AbdulAbhishek Bandaru, he scored 26 runs out of 32 balls. And if not for that innings, I think they would have bundled within say 40 runs. But either way, this is the first season for them. I know we all need to cut them some slack, but next season at least they have to win a few games. They have to add some additional players, come up with proper game plans, because not every single time we want to just round and say, okay, let's plan here and win games, right? But congratulations to MCC Miles because they're inching closer to that playoff spot. They got one point in their previous game, and that's where it got much interesting. The pool is looking very interesting, and maybe MCC Miles might just skip over the other teams while making that playoff spot.
Okay, the next game again goes to you, Dynamites versus Troy Hawks. What a game this is. Okay, and I thought Dynamites will win it, but Troy Hawks proved that they are in a different level in this league. KK, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think Troy Hawks made a statement last week. When they played Mega Sai in the important game last week, that's when they made a statement saying that yes, we are taking this season league very seriously, this season very seriously. I spoke to a couple of players from their team. They wanted to finish in the top 2 or top 3 and be in that the top 8 when they go into the playoffs. They have that determination, and on the field as well, they are showing that they can do it. And one greatest addition this season to them is Natraj and Shashidhar, because these both folks who played for Lions in the past, very experienced batsmen, doesn't give away the wicket. They score at a little lesser strike rate, but they build that inning so that the Pradeeps or the Kaushiks, they can just go and blast the score in the end. In this game as well, the same thing happened. Dynamites, they batted first. They scored a decent score, 101 for 9 at the end of 25 overs. 4 out of their top 5 batsmen scored double-digit runs. Arun Selvaraj was their best batsman. He scored 21 runs in this game. With the help of 11 extras, they ended up at 101. When it comes to Troy Hawks batting, as I was mentioning earlier, Shashi and Natraj are the key. Because at the end of 19.5 overs, the score was 73. And, in the last 31 balls, they needed about 29 runs. And that is when Pradeep and Kaushik finished it off without much fuss. They had about 8 balls to spare. They hit 3 sixes and 1 4 between them. That partnership of 29 runs within 20 balls won them the game. But much credit needs to go to Shashi and Natraj the way they held the wickets.
Okay, the next game of the night is UCA versus SSK. I umpired this one, but I'll give my insights after Ravi. Ravi, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's a crucial win for SSK because by winning this game, they are in the playoff hunt, and their next 2 games against Safaris and Troy Hawks are must-win games for them. But at least they are in the right direction by winning this game. So after winning the toss, UCA elected to bat first, and they had a decent start going around. But once they lost a couple of wickets, it's all SSK from there. So UCA keep losing at a regular intervals. So, and it's really tough when you lose a couple of wickets in succession. So that's what happened to the UCA in this game. And SSK was never in doubt of winning this game, but UCA posted like 70 odd runs. That was a decent score. I would not say great score, but it's a decent score. And SSK started really good. in the first couple of overs. But again, SSK tried to win this game quite comfortably, and they wanted to go around and knock themselves out. So that's the reason why they lost a couple of wickets. That's the reason why they had to back out of the scoring runs quickly. So again, at the end, they lost 4 or 5 wickets, but one last crucial partnership take them home.
Okay, I just would like to add a few points here. UC has started really well, but pack of cards. Quickly they lost their wickets, and they were able to score 71. When that's a low score, and SSK lost 6 wickets there, 6 wickets to get those runs. But every wicket played at least 2 times, at least 2 times. I mean, there were several dropped catches to get those 71 runs. When you are dropping that many catches, there is no way you're going to win with the low total on the board. And on top of it, when they were losing wickets, I don't know what happened to their thinking. They forgot to take the power play. So I informed UCA captain right after the game about one of this mistake. Okay, with that, I'll go to my next game. It's Pokeries versus Sterling Strikers. Pokeries are peaking in the right time. That's what I would like to say after looking at this game. Your thoughts, Abhi?
Rightly said, Jagan, because this is a game that probably was the showcase game of the week last week. It's my favorite team this season. Sterling Strikers playing the team I like the most outside of Indus and Legends, Pokeries. I watched for Sterling Strikers this game because I've been supporting them this season, but the experience of Pokeries unit silently doing the job here. Pokeries choosing to bat, had an excellent day here. A lot of players scoring in double digits. Although they lost a couple of early wickets, Pokeries, had a good start to their innings that kept the runs coming for them, which helped their scoreboard moving. Saran and Vicky, their two most trusted batsmen, playing their part. Another 30s to Saran, who's in good form, 3 fours and a 6 for him. And 52 for 3 is a good spot to be in. But the bad thing was their settled batsmen, both Saran and Vicky, were sent back right before the break by Sterling Strikers bowlers. It was important for their next batsman to come and play a steady innings here. And Neelakantan, who's been an excellent batsman, picks up the bat, does that job for them. A quality batsman who's very much aware of the game situation. I watched him play against Michigan Cup in semis, strong with his drives, and I feel is a pretty difficult batsman to get out. Excellent innings from him for his 37 of 40 balls. Unfortunate that he got run out in the probably the last over, and well supported by Prasanna's 20 and Ranjit's 18, both scoring at a very good strike rate, and they're playing around Neil when they came into bat. So 136, an excellent finish to their innings. Pokeries, they've almost scored about 70-80 runs in their last 8 overs of their game. So an amazing finish by Pokeries batsmen. Sterling Strikers, who've been so good with their bowling all this season, didn't have a great day here. A lot of their bowlers, Syed, Hassan, Raza, Talha, all of them going for runs here. Two wickets for Raza Ali and Syed in this game are the only two notable performances of Sterling Strikers bowling in it. Sterling Strikers, they had a big score to chase down here. 136 is definitely a big score any day. But losing 4 wickets at the top by the end of 4 overs was a big setback to their start. At the end of each over, they'd lost a wicket. So Sterling Strikers, tried hard to recover with a 30-odd run partnership in between. But Neelakantan gets the ball, and again, he picks up 2 more wickets just before the break. And, with a spin bowling. Now, while all the other batsmen were losing out to their wickets, there was one man, Syed Ahmed, who was fighting from one end, scoring big runs. The partnership between both Syed Ahmed and Syed Mujtaba could have been the hope for Sterling Strikers. And Amit coming into 18th over, Amit from Pokeries, he picks up the crucial wicket of Syed Ahmed and literally closed down the game for Sterling Strikers. Probably, I think they were all out for another 4 or 5 runs. But that wicket, had that wicket not been taken, or if Syed Ahmed was there, maybe 30 runs is still a lot, but you never know. the momentum can take the game away from the opponents here. Pokeris bowling, they started off well with Ravi and Prasanna and Neil cleaning up the top order. 3 wickets to Prasanna, 2 wickets to Ravi, and Ravi, Neil, and 2 more to Vicky at the end. A good day for Pokeris, beating the informed team Sterling Strikers just before the playoffs, and excellent innings from Syed Ahmed for his 54 runs when the team was down under. Could have won the game for Sterling Strikers. An excellent innings from him, but a good win for Pokeris.
Okay, the next game of the night is Canton 11 versus Rising Stars. KK, your thoughts?
I think, Jagan, this game went the way we all expected. The point is, this game was even streamed live. Canton 11 batting first. They scored a mammoth 137, but they did not play out all the overs. That's what we observe here. They played 23.3 overs, scored 137, and largely thanks to. Jagan, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. But yeah.
Largely thanks to their finishers Shivam Kasangara and Chandrapreet Singh, who scored at a brisk rate of 140 and 75. But they had a good start as well. Shakil Ahmed opening the batting with Mohammad-AbdulAbhishek. They scored 27 runs and 13 runs respectively. I umpired a game between Canton 11 and Sterling Strikers. This opener Ramsey, he was playing at number 10 or number 9 in that game. Now he's promoted to the opening spot, so a lot of changes in that batting order. And then Kuldeep Singh finishing off with 3/4 in the last over. He scored 12 out of 5, and all in all a good score, 137. And the way Rising Stars have played this year, they have neither risen nor they're playing like stars, so nothing this season at all for them. Hard luck to them. But some contributions from KU, Rupesh and Prashant Patel there. But 94, scoring 94 when you're chasing 137 would not even getting a bonus point there. So all in all, a good game for Canton 11. It gets them closer to those playoff aspirations. So they have 3 more games, and I see they have chances to win at least 2 of them. Okay, the last game for them is against GLCC. That might be a tougher one, but the other 2 games they have 50-50 chance of winning those. So they're very much in the playoff race.
Oh, they have 7 games left?
They have 3 games left.
Okay. I know they are playing with MI Rangers, and they have a game
MI
with
Rangers and AR Phantoms are the next 2 games for them.
Oh, okay.
But I don't see winning against GLCC. So again, if they win both the matches, they can end up 25 points. Again, that's not going to make them into the playoffs.
Okay. The next game of the night is FCC versus Safaris. Ravi.
Oh man, this FCC team, they're long overdue, because after merging with Falcons and FCC, they have a good batting lineup and bowling lineup on paper, but they never performed to their potential till now. And they never posted around 100 runs in their first 7 matches or closer to 7 matches, and posting 115 back-to-back matches. That's the true FCC team out there. Again, next week is crucial for them. If they win, they are a high probability of making into the playoffs. If they lose, again, I doubt it. They're making into the playoffs. But coming into this game, FCC started really steadily and losing only couple of wickets in their first 12 overs till the break, and the score was really steady at 43 for 2. So that's where the game changed after the break. And Prabhu and Vijay Matta are proven veterans. So I played with Matta, and he has the potential of scoring a big runs at any given day. And he, along with Prabhu, milked those 2 really nicely. And Safaris lost their plot in their bowling. So what I heard was a lot of full tosses and over pitches balls. And Prabhu and Matta scored quite easily. They took all the tools available for them, and odd boundaries. So that's where they've taken to the huge score. And again, 187 is a lot. So that is more than 7 run rate. Once FCC posting that score, it's never a game for Safaris from that point of time. But what I heard was they lost their plot in their bowling. So that's the reason why they lost a lot of full tosses that easily scored by Matta and Prabhu. So that's where the momentum changed. And they scored around 140 runs in last 13 overs after the break.
Wow, that is huge.
Yeah. So there was 43 for 2 during the innings break, and they scored another 144 runs after the innings break. So that's a lot of runs for any team batting second. Again, Safaris are one of the little bit of surprising teams. They added a couple of good additions this year, and they started slowly. And once Rahul got out, and there were no chances of Safari chasing those 187. And again, Safaris losing wickets at a regular intervals, and finally they bundle out for 79 runs.
Okay. The next game of the night. I mean, I liked this game. Hitmen versus Kings 11. Abhi, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, this was supposed to be one of the best games played this week because both the teams actually need these wins to move up the order. I think they're probably at 4, 5, 6, somewhere around that. And like I said, an important game to both the teams considering the positions and a good contest. Hitman electing to bat had a cautious start at the top, before losing just 3 wickets. Captain Arun and Shashank stabilized the innings here after those wickets were lost with their 11 and 10. And probably by innings break, they were about 35 for 3. Although, the Hitmen kept losing wickets from one end, and after the break, Chetan Venkatesh stood strong on the other end, and he got runs for the Hitmen, who remained not out until the end of the innings. 34 runs to him from 24 balls for 2 fours and 2 sixes. Now, if I think that was a match-winning innings from Chetan, if had Hitman won the game, he did put Hitman in a very comfortable spot by 17th over. Sunil Somavarapu comes in and turns things around literally for Kings 11 with a 3-wicket maiden over in 18th over, just missing a hat-trick, and a quality bowler who turned things around for Kings 11 against KRCC, if I remember well. He did take the wicket of Jasmeet, and he did control KRCC back then when they were playing. And, he probably did the same thing in this game. And I'm sure Ravi will agree because Sunil and myself and Ravi played for bowls, and he was a quality bowler for us. Hitman did well to reach into the 90s from 60 for 8. Credit to the way Chetan has batted here. Kings 11 bowling, the bowling figures of Sunil Somavarapu is something any opening bowler would dream of. 5 overs, 2 maidens, 5 runs and 4 wickets. Excellent job by Sunil. Prashant Balika doing well with the ball as well with his 3 wickets. 17 runs is definitely a lot of extras considered by Kings 11 in this game, which again helped Hitman to reach into the 90s, something they should look into. But chasing 90 in a must-win game is definitely a tough ask, especially when you lose 2 quick wickets again at the beginning. Arun, the captain of Hitman, again starting up the bowling, picking a wicket of his last over, picking up the wicket of the last ball of his first over, precisely the last ball again. Something that he has done very often this season. I don't know what's the secret there. We really need to find out from Arun. Abhilash and Arjun have stabilized the innings for Kings 11 here with their 40-odd run partnership till the innings break. Abhilash playing well for his steady innings of 34 and Arjun playing for his 16. And then another long partnership comes in between for Kings 11 between Abhilash and Vikram, who took the game till almost till 21st over. With 20 runs just required and with many wickets left, there was a slight collapse here, but runs kept coming for Kings 11, which helped them secure the win. A close game which went all the way till the end. Excellent batting display by Kings 11 after their initial hiccup. Sunil Somavarapu, a deserving man of the match for his bowling. The two teams are fighting for that 5th spot in the Pool B. Just 1 point difference between them. But I really feel it's a very important or expensive loss for Hitmen. Hitmen, had they won this game with Strikers losing to Brownstown, they could have got ahead of Strikers with this win. So I feel it's an expensive loss to them.
Okay, the next game of the night is KRCC versus Detroit Bulls. KRCC, I thought it will be totally one-sided game, but but Detroit Bulls, though they lost, they did well, is what I think. What do you say, KK?
Coming to this game, Jagan, I've heard from folks that Tommy Moni is pulled in for this game. He bats and leaves. So I don't know if while fielding, KRCC fielded with 10 or 11. Because one thing I'm sure of is there is a rule that says in the rule book that per 5.1.a, the player must remain in the field from the start to the start of the second innings. Only then the team that is batting first can then field with 11. But here, Tamimoni bats and leaves. So if Detroit Bulls allowed KRCC to field with 11, and if the umpires are allowed to do so, then there might be another there. Okay, but if KRCC fielded with 10, that is the reason why Detroit Bulls were able to score the additional 10 to 15 runs. Coming back, yep. I just sent the snapshot of the rule book in this group. So if a team is batting first, and if the batsman bats and he leaves immediately, then that particular team can only field with 10. But however, if the batsman is staying until the end of the first innings, and if there is one ball balled at least in the second innings, and if this batsman who played in the first innings leaves, then the team can still field with 11.
True.
So coming to this game, Satish Gaba opening the innings played well for his 19 runs over 31 balls. Tommy Moni comes in for a quick 13 of 2, and then Vihar Vaidya tries to stabilize the innings, and overall they scored about 91 runs, 80 runs off the bat and 11 extras, totaling the score to 91. Detroit Bulls, then it was a heavy ask out of Detroit Bulls, who have not been consistent with the bat this year, but the way their openers started, scoring 19 and 16, right? The opening stand was 28 runs, thereby practically reducing the target to 63 runs out of the rest of 18 overs. But then the KRCC bowlers came back. Jasmine Singh picking up 3 wickets for 9 runs, Jash Patel picking 3 wickets for 14 runs, and wrapping things up for Detroit Bulls here.
Okay, the next game of the night, it's a heartbreaker for MCC Miles. MCC Miles versus MI Rangers. Ravi, your thoughts? Ravi, are you there?
Oh, sorry, my bad. So this was one of the entertaining games of the week, and it has a lot of twists and turns, ups and downs for either team. And finally, MI Rangers able to hang in there and score those runs. Coming to the batting, MCC Miles, they started brilliantly. Brahma Naidu and Jaswant, they batted really well, and they scored freely. And during till the inning break, they lost only 2 wickets for the 50 odd runs. So at that time, everyone thought that at least they would score 120 plus. From that point of time, again, with the experience of MI Rangers bowling, so they pulled it back right after the innings break, and from 50 odd for 2 to 69 for 7. So that means they lost 5 wickets for less than 20 runs. So again, that gave the momentum to MI Rangers, and including the wicket of Sanjay during that span. So that's where the momentum shifted towards the MI Rangers. Again, one crucial partnership with Rahul Channa and Prithvi that stabled the innings again. With that partnership, they crossed 100 runs, and after last couple of overs, they scored really well, and they posted a really good score of 112 for 8 in the 25 overs. And that was a good batting display by MCC Miles. And once the MI Rangers started their batting, again Abhilash opened the innings with Venkat, so they both scored really at a good pace. And again, MI Rangers are also in the similar positions till the innings break, where again they're also around 50 odd for loss of couple of wickets. At this stage, MI Rangers have the upper hand. And keep on after the break, again they lost a couple of wickets in succession, and they sent Imti to increase their run rate, and again he could not able to capitalize that one. Again they sent Vijay Kumar to increase their run rate. Again he is not able. He struggled a little bit and not able to get them through. But Anush changed the game for them. So once the required run rate reaches more than 7 at that point of time, around 19 overs or so. So that's where he came in to bat, and he smashed a couple of sixes. And I think one of the just run over, they scored around 14 runs. That was the changing over for MI Rangers. So they scored 14 runs in that over. So that's how they're able to pull this win. Again, MI Rangers that made MI Rangers are one of the qualifying teams for the playoffs. Again, they have a couple of matches left. Canton 11 versus Canton 11. Again, one more is Micah, I think so, if I'm not wrong. But again, at least one game they're able to win, and they can score 30. With 30, they can be definitely in playoffs.
You're
Based
talking
on
Rangers, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So MCC Miles.
And MCC Miles, it's going to be really tough because the cutoff points is really 26. It can be more, but no one can be come into the playoffs scoring less than 26. So based on my prediction, the cutoff points is 26. So
Ravi,
Miles last game with Gladiators, I don't see them winning that game. But 26 points, it's a hit or miss for MCC Miles from now on.
Okay, let's see how they are going to respond to Gladiators at the end. Okay, it's a cricket. You never know.
I want to add something here, Jagan and
Yeah.
Ravi.
Yeah.
So, what do you think will be the cutoff for the playoff games? To reach the playoffs, what will be the cutoff points?
That's what I said, 26.
Because if I'm looking at the Pool B table, I very well see Kings 11 even losing the next 2 games and still qualifying for the playoffs with 21 points on.
Okay, the top 5 will go to the playoffs, right?
Right.
So even though Pool B, even though they're 20, no one can score more than 25 from Pool B.
True. I mean, Kings 11 have 2 games. They have the potential to win in both the games. They can still very well go beyond 30. However,
That's what I'm saying. From Pool B, other than Kings 11 in the 5th position, anyhow they will be in the playoffs.
I think
But,
when Ravi.
Yeah, he's talking about the 16th spot.
16th spot, okay.
Okay. Yeah, he's only talking about the 16th spot, saying that the 16th spot, the team should minimum have 25 points to even be
26.
considered in that 16th spot. 26 points, yeah.
Because MCC Miles already have 26 points.
Correct.
So that will be the cutoff.
That's a good point. Correct. So even if they lose, some team have to be better than MCC Miles to secure that spot.
Yeah.
That's an interesting observation. Yeah. So they still have a chance. If that is the case.
They still have a chance. As I mentioned, they still have a chance. But again, it's hit or miss. They have to. The 26 is really cutoff points. If some other team score more than 26, they will be out.
So if MCC Miles lose to Gladiators and make it to playoffs, my prediction is they are going to play again with the Gladiators in the playoffs.
Yes.
Okay. The next game and last game is Strikers versus Brownstone.
Sorry to cut you again. Here, see, when all the 16 teams are selected, right, the top 5 from each pool and the 16th team, won't these teams be ranked in order? If that is the case, then maybe MCC Miles might not end up in 16. They might end up in 15. Or
So,
MCC
I
Live, that's true.
think so these will be ranked first, and then 16th will come to spot.
Is it? Okay. I thought, got it. No worries.
Yeah. That's fair enough, right? Team who's been in the top 5 should get a better preference.
Yeah. Okay. The last game of the night is Strikers versus Brownstone. Brownstone almost dropped out from the league last week, and it has come to a situation where Brownstone captain even sent an email saying that he's planning to give walkover to the next 2 games, and I don't know. I mean, there was some communication between committee and Brownstone captain, and I'm not allowed to say all those things out. So I'm just giving some thoughts here. So from the walkover to he was able to pull 11 guys, and he was able to play, and he was able to beat. That is Brownstone, and that is the captain Rashid. So kudos to him. With that, I'll go to Abhi. Abhi, while you go through this game, I'll go get Raptors captain Pradeep Botta onto the show. Okay?
Sure, Jagan. Yeah, and also to add to Jagan's point, Rashid Bhai was actually he played a crucial batting knock in this game. An important game, between Strikers and Brownstone. An important game for Strikers to, secure their points and move up the table. But I'm kind of surprised that they lost this. I was rooting for Strikers to win this game. But I feel this might not cost them too much, to which I'll come back to the end on why I think that. But going into the game, Brownstone choosing to bowl worked out well for them. They sent back the top order of Strikers into the dugout by 6th over. And can you believe Strikers were 8 down by innings break? That's something that you won't see from a good team that plays well. So 42 for 8 is no one would have expected them from Strikers. A bad day for them. Probably nothing worked out well for them, and their top and middle order failed miserably. They lost the wicket. They lost the wicket in bunches, which costed them a lot. And after the innings, Brownstone had to bowl 13 more overs to get the remaining 2 wickets. A resilient stand from the lower order of Strikers to value those 2 wickets and also get runs on board. The partnership of 25 for 9th wicket and a 40-odd run for the 10th wicket is something that literally is unheard of in DCL. You don't see that often in this league. So kudos to Kishore Mahajan's 20, Bunkin's 19, and Rohit's 14. And it just reminds us of the fight back from the Indian lower order against England in the second test and second innings. So kudos to all these 3 batsmen. An amazing fight back from Strikers to get them into the 90s score. Brownstone bowling, they're literally on spot on in their first half. Saad bowling, double wicket maiden over. Sabir bowling, followed by that over was Sabir bowling another 2 wicket over. So that's literally 4 wickets in a bunch. And they're picking up 8 wickets by innings. Any team's bowling unit would have taken that any day. Not sure why those 2 wickets were that difficult to be picked for Brownstone. 4 wickets to Sabir, and who had a good day with the ball, another 3 to Saad, and 2 more to Qazi. Brownstone coming into bat started well with their opening partnership of 30. I mean, with not many points available, I really like the way the Brownstone have batted here and believe that they can win this game. By innings, Brownstone were 40 for 2. That's almost half the runs scored by them. The wickets left made a lot of difference to Brownstone here. So 10 runs to Yasir, another 18 to Zia, who contributed well in the opening. And after a small collapse in between, Rashid Bhai, like I mentioned earlier, stood there securing this victory for the team. He was dismissed probably around 21st over with just probably 4 runs to left, but 30 of 25 with his 3 sixes, scoring at that strike rate, just fabulous innings from the Brownstone captain. Strikers bowling were literally silenced by some good partnerships from Brownstone batsmen. I felt they should have come in blazing after the way their bottom order has batted and recovered the game. Something that Raptors did against Indus probably a couple of weeks back. So, but 2 wickets to each, to Vivek, Rohit and Rahul. Rohit and Rahul were very economical with their 2 overs and 3 overs, just 5 overs bowled bit among them. I felt they should have got the ball a bit early. Probably would have changed things for Strikers. But coming to the points, Strikers should be thankful that Kings 11 beat Hitmen. it's a tight spot between these teams in this pool. They have two good games, strikers, and the next one is a must-win for them. It's going to be a tight game between strikers and Kings 11 facing each other. So good luck to Parthiv, Kapil, and team for their upcoming games. Hopefully they make it to the playoffs.
Okay.
And one more interesting stat is Brownstone, based on my knowledge, Brownstone made to the playoffs each and every year till now, and this was the first year they were not making the playoffs.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Oh, is it? That's interesting.
It's very tough for them to go to the playoffs. Okay, and we have our guest of the night, Botta. Welcome to the show, and also I would like to ask you, how is your finger doing? I heard you.
Hi, thanks for inviting me to the DCL Radio, Jagan Konda. And hello to all the analysts who are doing a fabulous job. And also hi to all the listeners. So still I have the cast on my finger. The pins are not yet removed. I had a doctor appointment on 23rd. I thought like he was going to remove the pins on 23rd, but it's not healing properly, so he postponed it to 8th. So that's what the news is.
Okay, so my question is, are you qualified yet, or do you have to play any games to get the qualification?
I played only 2 games, so I have to play one more game after the next 2. So hopefully the stand-in captain, Mr. Anjul, is going to put me in the playing 12 in one of the 2 games.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, the team is really, they're doing a really good job. This team is kind of, Raptors is the whole team, like Brownstone, they say, right? We always make to the playoffs. We never miss the playoffs. But this season, I thought we are short of players because of people stuck in India and things like that. Totally, we had 60 new players from the 19th season. So, these guys are doing a fabulous job. It's all a team game. Not one person is winning the game for us. Everybody's chipping in, and it's a good side to have.
True. It's a tremendous improvement from where you guys were, from where you guys are now. Okay, especially one of your games where you guys literally struggled to beat UCA. You guys made it with just one run. But then, if I see your games now, you are literally dominating each and every game. Okay, kudos to you guys, and fantastic job. And with that, we'll go to our predictions of the night. Okay, the first game.
One point, Jagan, Pradeep, thank you for joining us, and thank you for those comments. I didn't want to interrupt you while you were speaking, but Jagan, you'll have to give it to Raptors here. They literally scored 130 or 140 plus runs almost every game. Literally every game. That's you don't see that happening much in DCL. So Raptors are a batting power unit, and I was really glad the way they have actually played in their first or second half. They deserved every victory. Their bowling unit, I felt, were conceding a bit too many runs, because I felt that after batting or after playing so well, that their bowling unit conceding 100 plus runs is something that probably would have hurted them. But the way they played against Patriots, got them all out for 42. That's how they come back. But Pradeep bhai, really good to see the way Raptors are batting, and I really hope you guys go all the way, and good luck to you guys.
Yeah, thanks, Abhishek. Just one more point I would like to mention. I did mention that same thing in the Glad show, and which was like a little bit surprised, but we are a bowling unit. If you ask me batting or bowling, I'd say we are a bowling unit. Things did not go right in the beginning of the season, and rightfully most of the analysts or predictors predicted us that we'll have a tough game or we're going to lose. But I should give kudos to Anjuru and props to him, because after my injury, he and Kiran they really believed in the bowlers. They trusted in the bowlers. They kept encouraging them. And like I said in the other show, I mean, our bowling is really good. These guys are young and they bowl pace, and we have little bit variety in the unit. The one game that I was impressed a lot is the Indus game against you. You guys.
I was about to
Abhishek.
come to that. If you want to make a statement about the bowling, Indus is the game. The way you guys bowled it, my God, that was literally something
Even
else.
Even though we lost the game, I mean the batting is not that's the one game where batting did not click. I mean I would say Indus bowled really well, but I would say some of the wickets that I have seen, they just gave away the wickets, a couple of runners and things like that. But even though we lost the game, Abhishek, but I thought I said to the guys, chin up guys. I mean even though you lost the game, but in my heart, I would say you guys have won the game. And that game Abhishek, that game Abhishek, it got the team together. I mean the way they encouraged each person in the team and fighting for each and every run, it got us together. I mean that's what we wanted to before we go into the playoffs and playing such a stupendous side like Indus.
Yeah, I like the statement that Vikas and Kiran kept making it after the game. If you guys want to lose, this is the way to lose. It doesn't matter if we lost or we won this game, but we got to fight like this. But I really had an amazing impression for Raptors with the way you guys bowled against Indus and the way you're batting this season. So good luck, Pradeep.
Yeah, thanks, Abhishek, once again.
So with that, I'll go to predictions. Okay, the first game of the night is Canton 11 versus MI Rangers. Okay, I'll start with Abhi.
Yeah, the way MI Rangers are playing, Jagan, I think they won the last 3 games and 2 games the last weekend, so I'll definitely give it to MI Rangers, and they really need that win to secure the playoff spot.
Ravi.
Yeah, after posting 2 huge scores back to back, so I do see MI Rangers winning this game.
Okay, good. KK.
Let's make it 3-0. Rangers and Canton 11 are playing the game tomorrow under lights. So let's see which team prevails. But I'm going to go with MI
Rangers. Okay. Botta.
MI Rangers for me. The young guy, Anush Reddy, he impressed me a lot.
Okay, it's 4-0 MI Rangers then. The next game is Safaris versus SSK. It's going to be very interesting. Okay, I'll start with Abhi.
Yeah, I'll give this game to SSK because they are at 19 points and they need that 5 points, and Ravi making that good statement of needing 26 points. So I'll give the edge to SSK to push and get those 24 points, and then I don't know, magically perform, get qualified, but SSK will win this game.
Fantastic. Okay, Ravi.
I may pick the upset for this game, Safaris.
Okay, good. KK.
I met Rahul today, Jagan. So he was injured the last week, but he's in a much better shape now. So I'm going to go pick Safaris for this.
Good. Botta.
SSK for me.
SSK, cool. 2-2. And we'll see who's going to win next week. Okay. The next one is Dynamites versus Dark Horses. Can we give this to Dynamites 4-0? Any objections there?
No.
Okay. Okay. The next one is Thunderbolts versus Indus Thunders. I am skipping 2 of our analysts today, and even though I say that, I'm going with 2-0 Indus Thunders. Any objections, KK and Botta?
No.
A new team versus the defending champion.
It's
4-0, Indus Thunders.
Okay, and the next game is Legends versus KRCC. What a game it is going to be. Whoever wins, it doesn't matter, win or lose. But I'm expecting it to be a very good entertainer to DCL family. And Abhi.
You know my team always, Jagan, it's Legends. But one point that reminds me, this was Viju was talking in his show that he was hoping or requesting Legends to stop that KRCC onslaught and make sure that they are the teams to beat. But it looks like it's the other way around. He has to beg KRCC to beat Legends and stop their winning momentum. But an amazing teams, both teams have the equal chances of playing well and winning. Legends, I feel, is a bit stronger unit here with their bowling, and I feel Legends are going to win this.
Okay. Ravi?
Yeah, I do see Legends and Gladiators will go unbeaten
Okay. I'm not
into
asking
the playoffs.
here, and I'm going to Botta.
Yeah, Legends for me.
Legends. Okay, Legends all the way is what everybody is predicting now. Okay, the next game.
One thing we need to note is that KRCC is a very formidable unit, and with few of their stars not even clicking the entire season. You look at the squad. You have a Satish Gamba, you have a Jasneet Singh, you have Tamim Mooney, then you have Vihar Vaidya. The number of stars in that team, I'm sure it will be a very close contest than just calling it a 4-2.
Okay, that's
And if the once the F40 playoff starts again, to get everyone is going to be tough.
That's another thing. Okay. We'll call kick as modesty. Okay. So let's go to next one. Spartans versus FCC Agni. Spartans 4-0.
Yeah.
Objections?
I would say Spartans, definitely.
Okay, no objections, right? Spartans 4-0. Okay, the next game is Kings 11 versus Strikers. It's going to be another cracker of a game, is what I'm thinking, and I'll start with Abhi.
Yeah, I feel this is the showcase of game of the week because, although Legends and KRCC are two big teams contesting against each other, but both the teams have actually secured their playoff spot. But Kings 11 and Strikers losing to Brownstone and Kings 11 coming with a win against Hitmen. This is going to be a cracker of a game, like you said. And but I would push Strikers. I want Parthiv and team to do well, so I'll choose them to win this game.
Okay, Ravi.
Yeah, I will go with the Strikers as well because this is a do or die for both the teams, most likely, because whoever wins, they will have the upper hand in the playoffs in their pool.
KK.
This is round 2 of this contest, Kings 11 versus Strikers. The last time Kings 11 won. I don't see any difference this time. I'm backing Kings 11 once again, just because of the age factor. They're a very young unit compared to the aging out Strikers unit.
That's a bold statement to give. Okay, Botta, what do you say?
And to add to that, the previous time when Kings 11 and the Strikers played, we have this new player from Kings 11 called Nikhil, who played probably the innings of his DCL this year. But however, since then, we've not heard anything, any runs or any wickets from the guy. So hopefully in this game, the chirping from the Strikers team will irk him again and he scores some runs and wins the game.
So, Botta.
Yeah, I'll go contrary to what KK said. I'll go with the experience. Games like this, I played against Strikers and also played with Parthiv and Co. So the best comes out of these experienced guys. So I'm going with Strikers.
Okay, 3-0 Strikers, 3-1 Strikers there. Let's hope the best team wins there. Okay, the next game is Micah versus Pokies. Nowadays, Micah is playing really good. Okay, though I think it's going to be Pokies, and especially Pokies are peaking in a right time. It's 4-0 Pokies is what I'm guessing. Any objections there?
No.
Okay.
No
cool. The next game of the night is Canton 11 versus AR Phantoms and 4-0 Canton 11. Any objections?
No. I think even for next game, GLCC.
Punjab Warriors versus GLCC. With the way GLCC lost 3 games consecutively. Okay. Will this be a fourth one or are they going to break it? Okay. I'll start with Abhi.
I'll still pick GLCC to win this game, but it's going to be very difficult for them if they end up losing this game. But I mean, it's literally you cannot expect GLCC to lose this game. But I'll hope for the GLCC to win this.
Okay, Ravi.
GLCC is going to break the losing streak and they're going to win this game.
KK.
I mean, Jagan, the Punjab Warriors are not going to have their players for these games because of their F40 conflicts, and this should be a cakewalk for GLCC. Irrespective of how many games GLCC loses in this league stages, once they reach the playoffs, it's a completely different unit, and we are much closer to the playoffs now. So I don't think the GLCC skipper is going to leave any stone unturned. He's going to get his best possible 12 onto the ground and win this game.
Botta,
Come on, Jagan. GLCC.
I see.
That's a nice statement.
I'm sorry, guys. I have to go round table when it is GLCC. I cannot say, I cannot take numbers. So that's my weakness. And it's fair enough to do that one. That's what I feel. Okay, Sterling Strikers versus Rising Stars. Sterling Strikers 4-0. Any objections here?
No.
Okay. UCA versus Troy Hawks, and Troy Hawks 4-0. See, there is a catch here. I don't know whether Troy Hawks have full committed players for this weekend. This is on Sunday. Oh boy, and most of these guys will be playing at TDF this weekend. Okay, Telangana Development Forum is conducting a tournament. So, though I think still
Again, for this game, Troy Hawks wanted to win the top 2 or 3 in the pool. Again, they want to play this game. So I don't see them having the second team.
Okay. So they don't. You think they don't take any opportunity? I mean, they don't take it easily. Okay.
Yeah.
So okay. So we'll call it 4-0. Any objections?
Nope.
No, but UCA will definitely give a good fight. If they could score 100 plus runs against FCC bowling unit, then Troy Hawk should be careful here.
Jagan, I want to say something to Abhishek here. So if Abhishek had 90% success with his predictions, with UCA he had 10% success with his predictions.
Yes.
Okay. The next game of the night is Blasters versus Brownstone. This is going to be another cracker of a game. Okay. And so the most unpredictable team is always Brownstone. So I'll start with Abhi.
Yeah, I really wish Brownstone feels their best team here, irrespective of whether they have a chance to come into playoffs or not. But the opponents are a strong team. It's two good bowling units facing each other. So I really hope Brownstone, Mansabhat, and other key players comes in. But I feel Blasters, Hari and Imti are going to have a plan to beat this team.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to disagree with Abhi on this one. I doubt Brownstone will have their full strength for this game, because once you're not in the playoffs and the players are really old, again they will lose that momentum, and people tend to take a break. That's what I heard, because that resulted to calling the games off. So I don't think seeing them a strong team, Blasters.
Okay. KK.
So Jagan, maybe you heard the breaking news or not, but Mansab is not linked with Brownstone anymore this season. But Blasters is a very strong unit. We played against them, and with their lineup, it should be a cake for them.
Okay, this is the problem with anybody who is called star with attitude. I don't know why he is not playing. Once you committed and you finish it, that should be a. Okay, that's my personal opinion. I'll go to Botta.
Yeah, if I don't pick Blasters, Hari is going to kill me. So Blasters.
Nice statement to make. Okay, Blasters all the way. Okay, there are two other games, though they fall in next week, but they are playing on Wednesday. One is our guest Raptors team, and the other one is Gladiators versus Sterling Strikers. Okay, Raptors versus Thunderbolts. I'm thinking 3-0 Raptors, because I'm skipping Raptors captain here. Any objections?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Guys, one thing, guys, we have to qualify a few players, so just think about it and make prediction.
Okay, let's see what happens. Okay.
That one player is you, right?
Yeah, one of them is me. I won't bat, I won't field. So,
okay,
you guys will easily win this.
Okay. Okay, the next game is Sterling Strikers versus Gladiators, and I'm giving it to Gladiators 4-0. Any objections there?
Sterling Strikers beating Gladiators, very difficult. I think Glads will beat it, but if someone can spoil Glad's perfect season record, it's Sterling Strikers. So I don't know. Maybe they can do it, but Glads, yeah, upper edge.
Okay, any other thoughts? Ravi?
I think they have the same thing, like the player qualification, which you said in yesterday's show. So
okay,
it would be a close contest.
Yep, I see it's a close contest, but with the batting power of Gladiators, they're going to win this game.
Okay. KK, what do you say?
I'll go with Gladiators.
Yeah.
The reason is very simple. They have a run rate of 3, which means every game they have won with a margin of, say, 75 runs. If you're counting it by runs, right? Every game they have won by 75 runs. And that's a formidable performance. Probably the best league stage performance ever, I would say, with that level of net run rate.
Yeah, true. They are dominating the league. There is no doubt about that one. What are your thoughts?
Glads for me.
Glads. Okay, with that we have completed these predictions for next week games, and I'll have last words and close the show. I'll start with
Jagan. I have a question for Pradeep.
Okay.
So Pradeep, you are the captain of Raptors team, and you are injured in the second game, right? So we see a lot of young folks playing the league who are injured but still want to play the next game, thereby aggravating their injuries. So what kind of a message do you have for the players out there? I ask you this because you are personally going through it, right, for the last 1.5, 2 months. So you know the mind space, how it will be. So what do you want to say to the rest of the folks?
Yeah, it's a good question. Mind space, I'm literally devastated once I got injured in Novi Cup. So coming to the ground and then looking the players playing, and then if they play like long shots and things like that, I'm like, I want to be part of it. But guys, cricket is just part of our life, and it's not like, it's our life. So you can take it easy, because we all are here due to, jobs and family and things like that. So I would say, like, if the injury is really serious and then it is hampering you, then take a while out of the game and then get fit and come back. That's what I would say, KK.
Yeah. Thank you for that answer, Pradeep. I asked it because you're in the middle of everything. You'll be the best person to answer that, and rightly you did give the best possible answer. And I hope the folks who are listening try to manage your body, to not push it.
Okay, Botta, there's a message from Hari Parankusham, and he said apparently he's listening to the show, and you made a right call. That's what he's saying.
Okay, one Glenfiddich bottle for me.
Yeah.
Okay, he's listening to this one also then. Okay, and with that I'll go for last words. I'll start with Abhi.
Yeah, thank you all listeners. We went a little overboard. There's a lot to discuss about with many teams' positions of the playoffs and other things. So I think we might be a bit overboard again next week. Having said that, the 4, 5, 6 spots of every pool in this game are to be watched out for, at least for the next week. And I feel this season is very interesting, as 8-9 games played, and yet not many teams have secured their playoff berth, although they're still sitting in 3rd and 4th spots. Well, it only tells how competitive it is at this stage. So good luck to all the teams. Stay hydrated. It's getting quite hot on the weekends. And please do be safe. Mask up if necessary. That being said, thank you, Ravi, for joining us. And special thanks to Pradeep Bhai for joining us again today. KK, Jagan, thank you as well. And good night to everyone.
Okay. Ravi.
Yeah, thank you for having me once again. So it's good to have a part of the show again. So every team is trying to make it into the playoffs, and good luck for all the teams who made to the playoffs, and good luck for all the teams who are trying to make the playoffs, and hard luck for the teams which are not able to make into the playoffs. But as Abhi mentioned, stay hydrated, because this week it's going to be in 90s, and please stay hydrated, guys.
KK.
So it was nice to have you on the show, Ravi. I thoroughly enjoyed this today's show, and thanks to Abhi, his analysis is very thorough. Sometimes we miss those minute details such as the number of wickets that fell in a specific over, but Abhi is very thorough with his analysis. Kudos to you, Abhi, on that. And very nice to have you on the show. Your insight on the way you answered the questions, very helpful. We would love to have you back sometime, probably during the playoffs time. And thank you, Jagan, as always.
Okay, Botta, before I come to you, there's another message from Hari Parankushan. And why are you asking a bottle, when your capacity is just a cap? Okay. What is that?
Why should you make... Jagan, you should not mention such things on show, Jagan.
I can't. Okay, your last words.
Okay, yeah. Thanks for the invite, Jagan Garu, and I had really fun over the past half an hour or 45 minutes I had. So thank you, analysts. It was good to listen to you guys and then give my thoughts. And good luck to all the teams who made to the playoffs, and good luck to all the teams who are on the brink of playoffs. And hard luck to the teams that have not made to the playoffs, but always next year come back strong. And as Ravi Bhai and Abhishek mentioned, keep hydrated, guys, and don't get injured. That's the main thing.
Okay, so with that, we'll close tonight's show here. Thanks a lot, Pradeep, for making it to our show, and thank you, Ravi, for being a guest analyst for tonight. And thank you, Abhi and KK, as usual. Thanks a lot. Good night, guys.